Welcome friends to the 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe. We have some new updates to talk about, and I'll be sure to cover both the pure ICE model and the hybrid in this video. So first, let's get started with the ICE model updates first. So for 2026, Hyundai is getting rid of the 8-speed DCT or the dual clutch transmission in favor of a more traditional 8-speed torque converted automatic for the pure ICE models. This is a welcome change because the DCT, it has not been the most reliable transmission from Hyundai/Kia. There was an owner of a Kia Forte GT who commented on my video saying that he had like 2 or 3 different transmission failures, but thankfully he had a good high quality Kia dealership in his area, and every time that he had a transmission failure he was able to get that replaced under warranty. So that's huge, and that's why it's imperative that if you're going to be buying into this brand, you have to make sure that you have a high quality Hyundai Kia dealership in your area to take advantage of their 10-year 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. All right, moving on from that, if you go with the more off-road oriented XRT model, they are changing the color of the grille from dark chrome to gloss black. All right, pretty minor change there. Okay, now moving on, the forward collision avoidance assistance with junction turning and driver oncoming. That technology is now going to be standard across the board for every trim level, along with the smart cruise control with the stop and go function. That's also going to be standard across the board for all of these 2026 Santa Fe's. With the interior space, we have a new pecan brown Napa leather interior for the calligraphy trim. The calligraphy is the top trim, and new for the limited trim, just one below the calligraphy. The second row captain's chairs are now going to be standard on that limited. Also with the limited, we have the optional bench seating, so if you want to get that, there you go. And we're also going to be getting dual wireless phone chargers with the limited and the XRT trim levels. We also have terrain mode, including mud, snow, and sand for the XRT trim, and only for the XRT trim. And we also get third row USB ports for the SEL and the XRT trims. Finally, Hyundai has dropped the forest green beige interior color from the 2026 Santa Fe lineup. Okay, now let's move on to the hybrid models of the Santa Fe. So we now have a new entry-level SE trim level for the hybrid Santa Fe. So that's technically going to drop the starting price of the 2026 hybrid Santa Fe, but you'll see in a moment, not really. The prices have actually gone up for this year. Anyway, similar to the gas modeled Santa Fe, on the hybrid side, we're still going to be getting that new pecan brown Napa leather interior on the calligraphy. We're getting the standard second row captain's chairs on the limited hybrid, but you are also able to get that optional bench seating if you want with the limited. We're also getting the dual wireless chargers on the limited hybrid. There is no XRT hybrid. And finally, the third row USB ports. That's going to be available with the SEL hybrid trim. Now, those are all of your updates for the 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe. As always with my videos, I'm going to be having the full Hyundai press release along with the official Hyundai spec sheets and everything on the screen for you to check out. That way you will have all of the legit, accurate information. Feel free to pause and screenshot if you want, but all of this information is coming directly from Hyundai. And as I alluded to before, the 2026 Santa Fe, it does cost more than last year by just a couple $100, but still, it's worth mentioning. And yes, I do have the official pricing on the screen. You can also go to the Hyundai consumer website that you have access to, and you are able to build the 2026 Santa Fe right now. These vehicles are available. Regarding the model that I personally recommend, I suppose the SEL all-wheel drive would be the better choice, but I'm not gonna lie, stepping up to that limited model, it's almost $5,000 more than the SEL, but the limited does grant you a lot of the more premium features that most families are going to seek. The SEL is okay, and there are some things that Hyundai does that I really appreciate, and they give us a lot of important things as standard. Like for instance, they give us the double pane glass in the front side windows as standard for all of the models for every trim of the Santa Fe. That's great to see. They have that labeled as the acoustic laminated windshield / front side glass. You get useful safety tech features like the blind spot monitoring as standard. We also get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard across the board, along with a 12.3-inch infotainment screen. Standard with the SE, you're going to be getting cloth seats. Hyundai does claim that the cloth seats are stain resistant, but when you step up to the SEL, you get the H-Tex leatherette seating. And these seats are also going to be heated in the front, and you're going to get a bit more adjustability with the seats when you go with the SEL. It's going to be an 8-way power adjustable seat as opposed to a 6-way adjustable driver's seat on the entry-level SE. Now, some of the premium features that I mentioned that you're going to be getting with the Limited, it's going to include things like the ventilated front seats, the heated steering wheel, the upgraded Bose audio system, you get a nicer headlining material, you get a 360 camera, and much more. So yeah, the SEL, it does look like good value, but the Limited, it does house all of the things that most families want with an SUV like this. And of course, if you want, go with the XRT as well. You know, if you live in a place with more inclement weather, or if you just live in an area where you have to be traveling on gravel roads more often, then sure, the XRT, that kind of off-road model, is available to you as well. If you resonate with that, go ahead. Calligraphy is the top of the line model. So for the pure gas models, as mentioned before, the Limited, it's going to cost nearly $5,000 more than the SEL, and the Calligraphy, it's going to be like $3,000 more than the Limited. So you're at $39,140 for the SEL all-wheel drive, $41,790 for the Limited all-wheel drive, and $49,150 for the Calligraphy. Standard, these vehicles come with front-wheel drive. All-wheel drive is an option, about $1,800 more to get the all-wheel drive, and the hybrid is also available with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Hybrids naturally cost more than the pure gas model. The pure gas, it does produce more power, of course, so it's a 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with 277 horsepower, 311 pounds-feet of torque. The hybrid, it produces a total system output of 231 horsepower, and it seems like 271 pounds-feet of torque. Hybrid has a lithium-ion battery pack. Regarding the fuel economy, if we look at the SEL all-wheel drive models, the ICE is going to get 20 in the city, 28 out in the highway. The hybrid version is going to be getting 35 city, 34 highway. So yeah, big benefit going with the hybrid, especially around town. And what I appreciate is the hybrid and the pure ICE model, they both get the same fuel tank of 17.7 gallons. So the ICE model, it's definitely going to have lower range. You know, 17-gallon fuel tank, it's not that large, but that's totally fine for the hybrid. But then there's like this trade-off where, you know, if you actually do care about your fuel economy and you're going with the hybrid and you're going to be driving a lot, then you're racking up the miles, and you're probably going to have a much shorter warranty period for your vehicle, because the way Hyundai Kia has it set up, it's 10-year, 100,000 miles. They are assuming that you're driving around 10,000 miles annually. If you do way more than that, you're going to be running out of your warranty pretty quickly. Something to keep in mind there. Fortunately, the hybrid doesn't really add that much to the curb weight, less than 100 pounds. These vehicles, they weigh between 4,300 to 4,500 pounds. Regardless of that, that's pretty much everything you need to know regarding the 2026 Santa Fe. Once again, all of the official information and documents are on the screen for you to check out. Since you made it to the end, I do have a resource that I can share with you to help you save on new vehicles, and that's going to be AutoCompanion. He's one of the largest car brokers in the United States. He does have Hyundai deals. Typically with something like a Santa Fe, he can help you get like over 10% off the MSRP, and that's before incentives. Plus, he's got a lot of other makes and models, so if you decide to work with them and you reach out, be sure to mention my channel and let them know that I sent you over. If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.